Hey, Rob Romorino here with Sentry Equipment, and in today's Recipe for Success, I'm going to be making green tea ice cream. In this year's Recipe Success video series, we're featuring a lot of different ice creams, and our goal is to try to teach customers how to make unique ice creams that necessarily aren't in the everyday world of what people are going to order. Right? And these flavors are not going to be your biggest movers, but they could be your biggest buzz generators, and they could really help you get customers talking. And we're also trying to teach people that you don't necessarily need to go to your supplier and then they have the ingredient how to make some of these ice creams. For instance, we're making the green tea, right? And I just have literal green tea. I've tried a couple different. I like this one that I've used. How much you use really depends on your palate and your flavor and what you want to do. Some people, I have green tea and they use a slight bit of food coloring so that it's like just like a really light green. You could do that. This is going to make it have a little bit of specks in the product, which is great. It gives it that flavor and gives it that appearance. I even have some people that want to do a green tea and they want to make it a little brown, so we use a little bit of brown food coloring. You got to be careful with some of the colors when you make and create these ice creams, because if it's too deep or too colorful, some people associate that with an artificial. And there's a lot of good food colorings out of there that are natural, organic, dye-free even. So just be cognizant of the market out there. You don't want to create these ice creams and some customers be put off by them. So in this one, basically what I'm going to do is I have my 5 quarts of my unflavored base. I'm going to add 2 ounces of my vanilla flavoring. I'm using a 14% base here. Understand, the more butterfat, the higher cost. The higher butterfat, maybe the less availability from local suppliers. That you got to see what's available in your market. I like a 14% butterfat with about a 75 to 85% overrun, and that's going to be a pretty premium ice cream. But everybody's taste different, everybody's wants different, and everybody's accessibility to different products is different. Okay, we're going to add our green tea right in to the product here. I'm going to sprinkle it right in. I'm going to whisk that up. You can use a whisk. You can actually use, a hand blender, an emulsifier. Like when we're doing thick paste products, like a gelato, we use more of a hand blender, power blender. But with this, I'm just going to use good old-fashioned elbow grease. I like to use a clear container because it allows me to see if I'm missing anything on the sides or missing anything on the bottom. You can really start to notice that when you get into syrups. And then I'll use my spatula here. I really want to get all these particulates down into my product. And I'll do a little bit more of this when I pour the product in, but blend. Okay. So the thing you want to do now is you really want to just taste the product. You want to taste it to make sure that it has enough flavor. Because if it doesn't have enough flavor here, guess what? It's not going to have enough flavor inside your machine. And that's pretty good.